Thank you, people. Once again, I'm here bringing you some knowledge that I believe is going to help you understand the technology age that we are slowly and steadily going into. There is a lot of technological advancement in our era. There are so many things that are cropping up. Some of them are critical to us because they affect us directly, and because we really want to make the most of the out of what we already have. But it's also important to look at these new technologies as they come. So today I want to begin a title that I've been able to uh, gather around. I've been able to develop some kind of content that I would want to help me learn the intersection between machine learning and virtual reality. And so I want to go into this, and I want you also to come with me so that we are able to understand this technology together. So we are going to look at the integrating virtual reality with machine learning as a topic, as a main topic. Then we have some titles that we are going to look at weekly. So we have a lot that we are going to look at. So we are going to start by looking at the introduction to virtual reality. We're going to define and look at a little bit of history of virtual reality. We're going to look at hardware and software components of virtual reality systems. We're going to look at the basic concepts of 3D graphics and modeling. We're going to look at the overview of virtual reality application in various industry as they are today, and therefore we are also going to look at what is machine learning. We're going to look at the fundamental of machine learning. We're going to look at different types of machine learning. We are going to look at the key algorithms that are being used in machine learning. Then we are going to look at the virtual reality development basics. So under this, we are going to look at virtual reality development platforms such as Unity and Real Engine. We're going to look at the understanding behind virtual reality user interface and how interaction is meant to happen and how it should be executed. Then we are going to look at the basics of virtual reality scripting and programming. Then we are going to look at machine language, or not machine language, but machine learning for virtual reality. So we are going to incorporating machine learning into virtual reality or virtual reality application. We are going to use cases of ML in virtual reality. We're going to look at use cases of ML or machine learning in virtual reality. We're going to look at how some exercise on how to integrate machine learning algorithm with virtual reality projects. We are going to look at the advance and development. So we're going to look at the virtual reality scripting techniques and programming techniques. We're going to look at a virtual reality optimization and performance considerations. We're going to look at case studies of successful virtual realities application. Then lastly, we're going to look at advanced machine learning concepts. So, and we are going to look at virtual reality and machine learning integration, how it can be integrated. And lastly, we are going to look at future trends and emerging technologies. And that will mark the end of this. So, this is going to be a series of knowledge, uh, understanding, knowledge, seeking. So, I want you to come with me through this journey. I want you to walk. We walk together through this, even as we understand the basic tenets of virtual reality and how they can marry with machine learning, because these are the trending technologies that are shaping our ecosystem, that are shaping our landscape in technology. So we cannot just sit back and wait and be uh, be spectators. So but we want to get involved in this and get to understand how it is. So to start us off, I'm going to look at what is virtual reality, even though this is something that I've shared before, but it is always important to keep on, revisiting this knowledge that we provide so that we are able to understand better the things that are there. So we're looking at virtual reality as a transformative technology that creates um, simulated computer generated environment to provide users with fully immersive and interactive experience. Now, in this artificial environment, which is virtual reality, users can engage with three-dimensional shape object scenarios as if they were physically present. So the goal of virtual reality is basically to replicate sensory experience, allowing individuals to perceive and interact with the digital world in ways that are closely uh, resembling the real world interaction. So that is the basic understanding of virtual reality. Now, the key components when it comes to virtual reality, and some of them have been able to mention in that definition, we have what we call immersive experience. So virtual reality is designed to plunge users into digital environment where they can feel realistic and tangible. The goal is to suspend disbelief and make users feel as if though they are physically present in the simulated world. There is also what we call computer generated simulation. The entire virtual environment is created and generated by computer systems. So this include virtual visual elements. There is also auditory feedbacks, sometimes even haptic, which is touch, is used. Now we have what we call interactions. Now VR environments are required to be interactive. Now, VR environment are interactive, allowing users to engage with the digital surrounding. Users can manipulate objects, navigate through space, perform actions that mimic real world interaction. So these are basically the elements that constitute what virtual reality is. When we are talking of specialized equipment, we are talking of specially designed instruments that are used to create this. We have motion controllers, we have sensors, we have virtual reality headset, we have specialized hardware such as the ones that I've mentioned, and they are very important in generating the kind of virtual reality demanded or required by the users and what the users want to achieve at the end of the day. Now, these devices track basically the user's movement. They interact with the users at sensory levels or at senses level. So they provide uh, they're part of the system that will capture the sensory input, then enhancing the feeling of presence and virtual reality as it were. So virtual reality has been able to significantly, change how we perceive and how we interact in our society today. They, there's, there's significant change that has been delivered by virtual reality in the system today, in our environment today, in what we are doing now. One of the areas which virtual reality has impacted the most is training and simulation. Now, virtual reality is widely used for training purposes in the fields of healthcare, military, aviation. Now, it allows individuals to practice in risk free virtual environment before engaging in real world scenarios. So that brings in a different angle in that you are able to experience some of the things that you could be able to experience, or that you will be able to experience in a real life situation. And therefore it is imperative that we look at this technology, we keep tabs with it and be able to understand the tenets and the principles and the deals behind it. Now, When we're talking of significance of virtual reality, there is also the aspect of entertainment. Now, virtual reality has been able to revolutionize gaming industry and entertainment industry, y- providing users unprecedented level of immersion and engagement in virtual worlds. So, our entertainment has been changed, right? Not like it used to be, but it is keeps on advancing owing to the kind of technology that is brought, that is being delivered by virtual reality. There's also the therapy and healthcare. Now, virtual reality is utilized in the therapeutic application, helping individuals to overcome phobia, manage pain, and even threat uh, caused by some health condition. Also, virtual reality is used in education, right? So, virtual reality is increasingly being used as part of a tool used in teaching to uh, enhance the understanding of students and also increase the interaction within class, which at the end of the day is able to impact positively at how people are able to understand the information is able to last long in their brain, and it becomes good for students to use this technology to enhance their understanding and their perception, and this will help them even to engage fully in learning, and that will bring positive outcomes in terms of objectives being achieved, and also the students getting to understand what they are meant to understand, and therefore they'll be able to gain knowledge which later on they can be able to apply in their profession, in their workplaces, or they will be able to apply that in their life. There's also the angle of architectural and visual design. So, professional architectures can use VR to create realistic 3D visualization of projects, allowing stakeholders to experience space before um, they actually built that. So, it is important to understand this at this point in time. Now that is it. We also have different types of virtual reality. We have non-immersive virtual reality, and we also have semi-immersive virtual reality and fully immersive virtual reality. Now we need to understand uh, this the different types of virtual reality and their significance, and how are they not the same? How do they differ? What makes them, conspicuous as they were? So we have non-immersive virtual reality refers to basically the experience that lack profound sense of presence and do not fully engage user in simulated world. So the traits that is able to define this kind of virtual reality is that limited sensory input, there is no stimuli or auditory kind of senses that are being used, or even visual that is being used or stimulated or being um, used at the moment, but all those are lacking. Now, interaction is limited and may be controlled through traditional input devices like a mouse and keyboard. Users are aware of the real world environment while interacting with the virtual reality. So, example are 360 degrees videos, basic web based virtual reality experience like the games people do at times. Now, we also have semi immersive virtual reality. So, semi-immersive virtual reality provides mid-level engagement, offering a more immersive experience than non-immersive virtual reality, but falling short of complete simulation. So there is no uh, complete simulation. There is improved sensory input, Users may use basic motion to control the or to interact with the system. There's limited physical movement. Okay. So a good example is flight simulators, theme parks rider with virtual reality. Then we have the fully immersive virtual reality. Now, fully immersive virtual reality aims to completely transport user into virtual environment, providing high degree of sensory input and interaction. So there is comprehensive sensory input in this. There is advanced motion tracking. So the system is able to track every movement, every motion, articulated by the user. So the users are fully engrossed in virtual environment. So the users are fully into the virtual reality environment. So we have VR gaming, architectural visualization, we have medical simulation and such. They form part of fully immersive virtual reality that there is today. Now, the significance of virtual reality of these different types now is that non-immersive is suitable for introductory experiences like marketing and content consumption, where high immersion is not necessary. We have semi-immersive, which commonly used in training scenarios, education and simulation, where moderate levels of engagement is required. Then we have fully immersive, which is the ideal for applications demanding high level of realism and user environment such as gaming, medical training, and so on and so forth. So that is a bit of the introduction to virtual reality as it is. So next time we'll look at a different topic, but I think this